Hey guys, welcome to your greenhouse update. If you're new to this channel, well, I ordered a 14-foot greenhouse that's 11 feet tall from Amazon and it is here now at my home. Here's what to expect in this video. I am going to break down every single step I took to get this thing home. That'll include which companies I used to ocean freight this or ship this to me, as well as the customs and clearing process. I'm hoping to bring clarity to all of this for you guys because I know y'all are on the fence about if to build your own or if to import it. Most importantly, I'm going to share every single cost that I incurred so that you can do comparative analysis with whatever is your design locally now if you wanted to build one as opposed to import one. So stick around. I know this information will be helpful. Okay, so here's part three of the greenhouse build. Part one and part two I will link in the description below. But just to pick up where we left off, basically you're seeing the delivery of material here back when the build from the ground up was a go. This is before I found the greenhouse that I bought on Amazon and that was delivered home. This was before all of that was done. So all of this has now been removed from site. It costed $9,500 by the way for this material. This was just the structural framework, so it included some steel posts and wire fencing and some material to continue to anchor everything. So this was all sent back when I found the Amazon greenhouse. Okay, so before we hit the ground running ordering stuff on Amazon, first things first, you need to find a shipper that you're comfortable with. For me, I've shipped with Pascargo for years, so I am just basically maintaining my relationship with them in this case because I really needed someone or a company that I could trust, and well, they have been trusted for years. I have used them to bring in furniture and a host of other things over the past 15 years, and I've had no problem. So I went the route with Pascago. Granted, their reputation is, more on the pricey side, but again, that is all subjective. Depends on what kind of service you're looking for. And for me, Pascago has fulfilled all my shipping needs in the past. So basically, I just followed through with them. So all the information with respect to past cargo you will find in the description below, and basically you just head into the office and create an account with them or register, and then you can proceed to import. Okay, so now that you've secured who you're shipping with, and in my case, again, this was past cargo, I proceeded to order the greenhouse, and you'll see my order information up on the screen now with the forwarding address being the past cargo Miami facility address. That is what was the advice given to me by Pascargo that I should have the greenhouse shipped to their Miami facility, which is their closest port of entry into Trinidad and Tobago. So I ordered the greenhouse and sent it to Miami. So I placed the order on January 25th and it arrived to the Pascago Miami facility on January 29th. On the screen here, you're seeing a breakdown of all the costs I paid up until that point. So the original cost of the greenhouse was basically 1500 US and I was able to catch it on deal, which was a 20% off, and I applied a $100 gift card. So pretty much instead of paying the 14.49 and 99 cents US for the greenhouse, I ended up paying $1,141.08 US. In TT, that came up to $7,759.35. Just to add some more context, especially for the new ones who are now joining in, the original quotation for my custom built greenhouse was $60,000 from a reputable company in Trinidad. So for me to go from $60,000 to about $8,000, that was pretty much a no-brainer. Of course, it is left to be seen if this product actually functions as it ought to, but I mean, even if I have to reinforce it or continue upgrading it, I am hoping that it does not run me up by that much. And just like that, we've covered steps one and steps two. Just for a quick recap, Your first step is to register with a shipper of your choice so that when you place your order on Amazon, which is step 2, you'll know where to send your product to. It's worth noting that you can get an estimated shipping cost before you even place your order. All you have to do is present to your shippers the weight or the volume, and they'll be able to calculate the shipping cost for you just so that you can pre-plan. In my case, Pascargo was even able to give me an estimate on what the customs and duties and additional taxes would be before I even placed the order. So having placed the order on Amazon and having Pascago Miami receive it, I was notified every step of the way after that. So Pascago emailed me informing me that this particular greenhouse that I will link in the description below came in 3 boxes, and basically they ask you to approve that this is essentially what you ordered, and then they bill you for either ocean or air freight. Once Pascago Miami received the greenhouse, they emailed me and sent me this document. For this video, I just cropped out the portion of the document that you guys would be interested in, which is all the fees that I incurred for Pascago Miami to simply receive the goods and basically what it's going to cost me to get it into Trinidad. So the ocean freight fee is what I opted for as opposed to air freighting. So it's going to ship via ocean and they're charging me 56, well, they charged me $56.65. And well, there's a bill of lading fee, which is the documentation that supports your goods, and a bunker fee as well as a handling fee. So the total cost to me to basically move the goods from Miami to Trinidad was 105 US and 55 cents. So basically in TT that worked up to $791.62. They used an exchange rate of 7.5 and basically I paid using my credit card. Once all the administration was completed at Pascago, Miami, the greenhouse was set to sail on February 21st. In 5 days, it arrived in Trinidad, and Pascago, Trinidad called me to come and collect my documents for clearing, of which another payment, that's your document handling fee, would be required at that point. That fee was $562 TT, of which I was able to online transfer instead of having to go into the office and pay. So I thought that was a super great convenience, basically. And once you pay for your document handling fee, I was able to clear on the Friday of that week. So basically, it took a week from Pascago, Miami, receiving the goods for it to arrive in Trinidad. And on the Friday, I just went in with the documents that I paid for, and I'm going to get into every step from that point to getting it home. So with my documents in hand, I basically set out to now do step 4, which is to clear customs and have the greenhouse transported home. Well, not literally in hand. Remember, I paid online, so my documents were basically lodged at their customer service, and I was just waiting to head over there to receive them to continue clearing. So on this day, which was Carnival Friday, to avoid any traffic or roadblock or anything, I left home at 5 a.m. And believe it or not, I still got caught in a roadblock. I got caught in standstill traffic at around 5:30 or so on Ryson Road. And well, of course, that blew my mind, but thankfully, very soon after, I was on my way. And well, I didn't have much traffic after that, so I decided to go check my plants at my old residence. Because I also had to wait for them to open at 8 a.m., I decided to really just head east and do a watering, check my plants, make sure that everything was in order because there was no way I was going to get to leave the house during Carnival week or that weekend even because it really, my area is really traffic prone. So I said, you know what, let me just take advantage of this East run and make sure I have everything sorted because I won't be able to head back to the garden for another week or so. So I said, let me just give you guys a quick tour and update as well in this video because all of these will soon be moving home. I cannot wait. They have all basically grown out of this space. They're still doing well, but you know, I hate having to neglect them and I literally am just worrying for the whole time. As we walk through, you'll see that there are a bunch of fallen branches, and in my plant shows videos, I do mention that all my plants are under basically a large canopy. That's a climate tree above there, and a pomerac tree kind of intertwines with it to shade the entire area. So they're not receiving direct light or anything, thankfully. But because of how scorching these days are, the humidity is quite low, and they are requiring like watering every 5 days or so. I also kind of still suspect that the iguana is still here. I'm not really seeing much evidence of it, but I am seeing fallen plants still and a couple ripped up leaves, but I'm not sure if it's the iguana or if it's just the falling branches now. I also wanted to give you guys a tour again of this space. Well, not again, but I kind of wanted to show you guys what I've left back, what's not in my plant room as yet. So I could actually request that you guys think or maybe suggest what sort of internal configuration for the greenhouse you would do if you were me to be able to house tall plants, short plants, trailing plants, plants in baskets, you know, um, hopefully you guys can just, help me organize the greenhouse in that way. So having taken a look at all of these that I've left back, I would love for you all to comment below and just suggest anything in terms of how to organize the greenhouse or just organization in general, any tips that you might have. So, just take this time to really take it all in. I'm begging. This is my almost completely decimated emerald green pothos. Something has totally taken it out. Maybe it's the iguana still. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing signs that it could possibly be here, but not as much as before. But anyway, all of these I have to get situated in the greenhouse. I also have to transport them. Actually, if you all know of a good plant transporting company or I don't know anyone who can help me pack these up in a safe way to transport, I would say for maybe a half an hour to 45-minute drive. Please link me in the comments and let me know if you have any transport suggestions. But at least you're seeing, the plants that I've left back and that I still have to deal with. My plan is to cut back a lot still and to make them probably only 4 feet tall at most, but it's a lot. As you can see here, it's a lot that still has to move. So I basically got a call at this point to try and reach for as close to 8 o'clock as possible. So I'm basically wrapping up here. This is my philodendron red Anderson, by the way. I am obsessed with this plant. It is so easygoing and just gives beautiful variegation all the time. But anyway, I basically have to get to pass cargo for 8 o'clock because now they're saying that customs or the document handling area want to close off at 10 o'clock, which means the latest time that I can clear for really is the 12 noon. So I want to breeze through and water all of these and probably leave here maybe around 7 and try to be the first one there. I decided to pack a couple plants up. Every time I head up here, I, try to take some down with me to make transport easier later on. This is my Hoya Sarawak that's putting out new leaves that I'm so shocked about. I really had no idea that I would meet that. I'm also taking down my mature Cebu Blue. This is a cutting that I propagated. So just a couple of these, as well as this half-leaf fern that I don't know if it's dead at this point, but I packed these up to take with me, and I left about 7:15, and I got at Pass Cargo at 7:30, and I basically entered with the staff, and believe it or not, I really did make it as the first person there. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have gotten all these updates as I was there in my story. But yeah, I made it, and I was the first person there, documents lodged, so I was literally sitting down waiting for 8 a.m. And this is where the movie starts that I mentioned earlier. No one told me that I couldn't clear customs in sleeveless and that I needed closed-toe shoes. So this is me running to the grocery, Extra Foods, because Pascagos in El Securo to buy a shoe of which I got these Crocs for $35. Well, it's imitation Crocs anyway, but nobody cares. And it's a size too small, but this was all they had. So the drama begins now. Thank God I was still wearing a maternity top here. I know I'm a sad, sad, sad case, but basically I flipped up the area that you use to basically, give yourself some privacy when you're breastfeeding. I flipped that up and turned it into sleeves, as you can see here. And well, the craziness continues because I bust the strap in this shoe here, as you could see, in my haste to get it on my feet, which, my toes are basically curled in there because it is so small. The things that we do for our plants. But I did not lie when I said it was a movie, and the little knob that busted off was pretty much on the seat next to me that I didn't see, so I had to be tucking in the strap to not look like an idiot. But I think I really just lost that cause. Anyway, long and short, I was able to find my boxes. But before we even get there, I was back in the waiting room waiting for my name to call. At this point, my transport guy had arrived and came to me and asked me, well, why are you still here? You was the first in line. So I was like, yeah, well, they didn't call my name yet. Well, customs didn't call my name yet. I don't know what's the situation. So he stormed outside to go and see what was going on because, he knew the ropes around here as opposed to me. And basically, there was a book I was supposed to sign upon entry that I didn't sign because nobody told me that. I mean, probably because I entered with staff, but still, they could have told me to sign the book. So all this time, I think I reached in first, and my name going to call first. That didn't happen. But anyway, the transport guy ended up fast tracking everything for me. So pretty much my name got called and I got sent to customs with my closed toe shoes and the sleeves. And the customs basically just inspected the boxes and they had my documents already. I just had to verify who I was and basically claim the packages as mine. At that point, they asked me for the invoice that you can just print directly off of Amazon, which shows the amount to be taxed. And once I showed them the invoice, they went ahead and generated another document, which you'll see up on your screen here, that explained all the additional fees at this point that I had to pay, which was the customs declaration user fee, the VAT, as well as the duty, all laid out right there for you. Of course, the cashier had no change and sent me out now to go and get change. Basically, the amount was $2,213, and I had to go run around now to ask anyone who had change. I mean, that was the most annoying thing possible because you're a cashier. Why I have to go and run around to look for this? But anyway, that was another episode. So I eventually got my money changed and went back to clear the boxes again. And finally, they were on the way home and just safely delivered to my house by the time I got there. So what I want to do for you guys is just summarize all the payments I made and give you guys a total landed cost from ordering from Amazon and getting it all the way to my home next. Okay, so the four steps of even attempting to order something online and import it into Trinidad are as follows. You want to register with a shipper of your choice. Then you're going to place your order with whoever you want to shop from. Give your shippers instructions as to if you want to ocean freight or air freight. And finally, you're going to clear customs. Please bear in mind, this is just what I did. It's not necessarily the only way and the best way to do it. This is just what I could have done with the information that was given to me. And here is a full breakdown of all the costs that I incurred. So pretty much the landed cost to bring in this greenhouse from Amazon was about $12,000 as compared to $60,000 that was quoted locally without any customizations done as yet. Just a reminder though that approximate $12,000 cost that I've incurred thus far that does not include the cost to create this foundation that you would have seen in previous videos. Remember, this had costed me material and labor $6,000. So that should be considered if you need to create a foundation for your structure to anchor it, to remember to include, well, an approximate then. That's just what the cost was to me, 6,000. So that would take me to approximately $18,000 spent thus far to just basically get everything here. And now, well, I guess in a part four of this, I will present the installation costs and I guess final costs, I'm hoping at that point. Okay, so I think that's the end of this video. That's basically where I'm at this point. I will have to create a part four now for the installation and basically whatever additional works had to be done off the bat because of how windy here is. It's definitely going to have to be reinforced and properly anchored. So I will document that process for you guys and put it in that part four, including all the costs and well, everything in between as usual. I hope this information has been useful to you guys. Please comment below and let me know any thoughts at all, any suggestions at all. Remember, I still have to configure the inside. So any tips, please don't be shy. Message me anywhere here or Instagram and I will link the previous videos in the description. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Wait, before you jump off, please remember to like and comment and subscribe. It really lets me know that you guys are enjoying this content and bye.